We all want to give our dogs the best life possible. So we buy good food, find the right toys, take longer walks, learn new training techniques. And if someone asked what a dog needs most of us would probably have an answer ready. Love, attention, exercise, time together. Those things certainly matter. But what if we've been asking the wrong question all along? What if the most important thing your dog needs isn't the thing most owners spend the most time trying to give? By the end of this video, you may discover that what helps a dog feel truly secure isn't always what looks like love from a human point of view. And once you see it, you may never look at your relationship with your dog in quite the same way again. People naturally think about dogs through a human lens. When we love someone, we often want to give them more attention, more affection, more experiences, more gifts. So it's easy to believe that's exactly what our dogs need too. If they seem quiet, we try to cheer them up. If they look bored, we look for something new. If we feel guilty, we often try to make up for it with extra treats, longer walks, or another toy. All of those things can be wonderful, but they don't always answer the question that matters most. Because dogs don't experience the world exactly the way we do. What makes a person feel loved isn't always what helps a dog feel secure. And that difference changes almost everything. Because before a dog can truly enjoy life, they first need to understand it. People often carry a quiet sense of guilt. I wasn't home enough today. I had to cancel our walk. I've been too busy lately. Almost every dog owner has had thoughts like these. It's easy to believe that one difficult day can somehow undo the relationship we've spent years building. But dogs usually aren't waiting for perfect days. They're living inside the pattern of everyday life. They notice the rhythm of your mornings, the way you greet them when you come home, the moments that happen again and again. Those ordinary experiences gradually become the world they know. And that's why consistency often matters more than perfection. Dogs don't wake up hoping you'll be perfect today. They simply hope today feels familiar and safe. Because when life is predictable, it becomes easier to relax. And when a dog can relax, that's often where real well-being begins. People spend years trying to make their dogs happy. We buy new toys, plan exciting adventures, look for better treats, find new games, because that's what we naturally do for someone we love. But what if dogs don't spend their days searching for happiness the way people do? What if something else comes first? Before many dogs can fully enjoy life, they first need to understand it. They learn the rhythm of each day. They notice what usually happens next. They discover which places feel familiar, which people feel predictable, and which moments allow them to truly relax. Only then does their playful, curious, affectionate side begin to appear more naturally. In other words, happiness may not come before security. It often grows from it. Because when a dog no longer has to wonder what the world will bring next, they're finally free to simply enjoy living in it. People often think they're teaching their dogs every day. Sit, stay, come, wait. But something else is happening at the very same time. Your dog is learning you, the sound of your footsteps, the way you open the front door, the rhythm of your mornings, the tone of your voice when you're calm and when you're worried. Scientists have found evidence that dogs pay attention to these emotional cues as well. Research suggests that dogs can match human facial expressions with the emotional tone of a person's voice, allowing them to gather information about how someone may be feeling. And another line of research, known as the secure base effect, suggests that the presence of a trusted owner can help many dogs feel more confident when exploring unfamiliar situations. That changes the way we think about what our dogs really need. They aren't only learning commands, they're learning whether the world around them feels predictable, whether the person they trust is calm, whether life beside that person feels safe enough to explore. Little by little, you become part of the emotional map your dog uses to understand the world. People often believe that being a better dog owner means doing more activities, more adventures, more toys, more stimulation. Sometimes those things truly enrich a dog's life. But more isn't always what dogs need most. Imagine two different homes. In one, every day is exciting, but unpredictable. In the other, life is quieter, yet calm, familiar, and easy to understand. For many dogs, the second world may feel far more comforting, not because it's more exciting, but because they know how to live in it. Trust isn't built through occasional extraordinary moments, it's built through thousands of ordinary ones. A familiar greeting, a peaceful evening, a walk that begins the way it usually does. Your dog may not remember every perfect day, but they may remember what life beside you usually feels like. And if that feeling is usually calm, predictable, and safe, you've already given your dog something far more valuable than you may have realized. When scientists study animal welfare today, they rarely focus on a single moment. Instead, they look at the bigger picture. One framework, known as the Animal Welfare Assessment Grid, or AWAG, is based on a simple but powerful idea. An animal's well-being is shaped by the overall quality of everyday life rather than by isolated experiences. That may sound surprisingly familiar, because it's exactly where everything we've talked about begins to come together. A predictable routine, a calm emotional environment, the freedom to make simple choices, a relationship that feels understandable. None of these moments seems extraordinary on its own, but together, day after day, they quietly shape the life your dog experiences. Perhaps that's why the strongest relationships aren't built through occasional grand gestures. They're built through thousands of ordinary moments that consistently tell a dog, the world is safe. The people I trust are here. I know what tomorrow will probably feel like. And maybe that's what real security has always been. People spend years trying to give their dogs more love, more attention, more experiences, more perfect days. And every one of those things comes from a place of love. But perhaps the greatest gift isn't giving your dog more. Perhaps it's giving them a world they don't have to question, a world that feels familiar, predictable, calm, a world where they know what tomorrow will probably feel like, where the person they trust is steady, and where simply being beside you feels enough. We often think love is something we give. Our dogs may experience love through something much quieter, the feeling of living in a world that makes sense. Maybe that's what your dog has needed all along. Not a perfect owner, not a perfect life, just someone whose presence makes the world feel safe. Because your dog may not remember every toy, every walk, or every perfect day, but they may remember what life with you usually felt like. And if that feeling was one of safety, trust, and quiet understanding, then perhaps you've already given your dog the greatest gift they could ever ask for. Not perfection, just a place where they could finally relax and simply be a dog.